Welcome to Teaching for the Future, where education and technology collide.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Teaching for the Future. I'm Dave Lamort. This episode is going to be a little bit different. Today I got a chance to talk with Julien Smith, who does the famed hip-hop podcast In Over Your Head. You can find him at inoveryourhead.net. And if you've listened to his podcast at all, even if you're not a hip-hop fan, you understand that Julien has a lot of things to say. And most people who listen to his podcast aren't necessarily hip-hop fans, but are really interested in what Julien has to say about different topics, not the things that are happening both in the news and in his own life. Julien's very frank and he's very honest, and that's what people really appreciate. It's his frankness and his honesty that I think are really feeding into his new project, ListenToYourKids.net. ListenToYourKids.net is actually a website/podcast where kids can actually leave voice messages, like an anonymous confessional, and talk about topics that are happening in their lives, things that they're nervous about, scared about talking about with their parents. That is also associated with a podcast feed, so that parents can actually subscribe to the podcast. Now, there's no way of actually telling who is who, but it allows people to get things off their chest and say things that they might not be able to be comfortable saying to other people.
You can subscribe to this podcast for free through iTunes or directly through teachingforthefuture.com. Just click the subscribe to this podcast link. For more information and a complete list of all the podcast episodes, please visit us at teachingforthefuture.com. We would love to hear from you. You can leave a comment on the blog or email us at teachingforthefuture@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and be sure to stay subscribed.